Alright folks, this is The Ace Charming. Will be doing a mid-season review of Breaking Bad. What I will be doing is I will be giving you an episode by episode my take. So I figured not just doing one episode for every single one, my reactions. The first one is called Box Cutter, and it basically takes place after the season before. Great ending where Jesse pops his assistant. They get in there, it's a pretty tense situation, and Gus ends up just cutting the guy's throat with the box cutter, and it gets pretty bloody. Thought it was an okay beginning, didn't really set anything up other than the fact that Walt's now pissed off at Gus and wants to kill him. That kind of seems to be the plot for the whole season. I liked it. It wasn't great, but it also wasn't bad. I really liked how they were able to put the dead body into a barrel and put some chemicals in it and just dissolve it and just kind of ship it away. That was pretty cool. That was about episode 1. Out on a scale of 1 to 5 on that one, I probably would have put it about 3.5. Wasn't too impressed, but I was so happy that Breaking Bad was back on. Alright, episode 2 is called 38 Snub. This is the one where Walter goes in to buy a weapon because he wants to kill Gus. This is kind of going to start off his whole pursuit of trying to find Gus, trying to kill him, because he wants to eliminate him because he realizes that he's the only basically guy that he's going to be expendable at some point, basically. But they reintroduced Mike into it, and I know Mike's been in the series as well, but now he's really into it, and I'm really liking Mike. Mike's a really cool guy, very, very badass, no nonsense type guy. Ends up like popping him and gives him a thing. I didn't like the second episode as much because half of the episode was about Jesse. And he's getting his place, he gets like systems in, and he just has like a full-fledged like rave party at his place like the whole time. And it's just kind of showing Jesse just spiraling out of control. I don't really like that, because I really like Jesse's character, so the fact that he's going through all this turmoil, it sucks for me as a watcher of the game, of the movie. It was about episode 2. 2 was a weak episode in my opinion. I was not thrilled about it, but again, I can see that they instead of having the really short seasons, they're going to extend it a little bit, so they do have to pace themselves a little bit longer than say when they first did it and they were only like 8 to 12 episodes. Then you just got to compact everything. Alright, episode 3 is called Open House. This is the one where Skyler, is trying to buy out the car wash. Also, Jesse's house again is major raving going on. Fairly crazy. And what's going on with these episodes as well is Hank is trying to recover, but he's not really doing a great job of it. He's very frustrated at the fact that after his incident in the last season, that he's not really able to move or do his job very well. But what's also interesting is that the DEA is actually giving him some stuff to go off of. So he's slowly but surely kind of figuring out who's part of it. He'll hit a couple of snags in a couple episodes, whereas I think in episode 4 or 5, he looks at the composite sketch, and the guy who gets shot, he thinks that he's Heisenberg. But episode 5, which I just watched, was an amazing episode, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But episode 3, again, probably 4 out of 5 stars. Not great, but not terrible. It progresses the story. It really starts to pick up in the next few episodes. Alright, episode 4 is called Bullet Points. This is a very good episode in terms of Walt's character. He ends up admitting to having the gambling problem as well. So along with his family, he's giving himself kind of an out of having all the money, which has always been an issue for them because they were trying to figure out how they were going to say that he's acquired all this wealth when he buys the car wash. So now he'll be able to get money through the car wash, really through the drugs, and still be okay. Very interesting episode. Again, they're still slowly building up. I will have a lot to say for the next episode. This one, bullet points, was probably around a 4 out of 5 for me in terms of how good it was. But stay tuned because I have a lot to say on episode 5. Okay, episode 5, Shotgun. This episode is by far one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, is because this is by far the best episode of the season in my opinion. Last episode, Jesse gets captured by Mike and get taken into the desert, so we don't really know what's happening. Walt starts to freak out, really doesn't like the fact that Jesse's gone. When I was watching it, I thought maybe they were trying to get Jesse away so that he could stop with the drugs and kind of recover so that he could actually be a valuable asset to them. But Walt starts going crazy. He gets frustrated at the manufacturing place. He goes to the Hermanos Chicken, tries to find all that stuff, cannot, ends up not going there. But the whole time, Jesse's writing Shotgun, which is the name of the episode. I thought it was going to be a gun involved, but it was actually shotgun to a car. And they were all along Mike's pickup routes where he's picking up all this money. And you're thinking, oh, okay, this is cool. And then at their last pit stop, he goes in, and then these guys are about to, guy carries a shotgun, and it's like he's going to take out Jesse. What Jesse does is he barrels back, rams the other car, runs away. Jesse's the hero. And you think he's doing a good job, but little do you know that near the end of the episode, Gus talks to Mike and says that, or Mike tells Gus, you've made Jesse the hero. Your plan worked. And he goes, I don't want to know what it is, but at least you did your job. So it kind of lets you to believe you're leading this whole episode that they're doing all this thing to maybe get Pinkman sober, Jesse, fix him up, but really they're just trying to make him feel good about himself, which is really interesting. Very interesting dynamic. But the best part of this season was at the very, very end of the episode. Hank is looking at the files. Again, Walt makes a stupid mistake. He's a little drunk, and Hank's giving all the credit to the guy that Jesse shot. And Walt blows up saying that guy wasn't good enough and that there's got to be a better guy out there. Hank was about to throw everything away, but he reopens the case in the last 2-3 minutes of the episode, opens it up and looks at the thing and is looking it over. And he looks a little confused. And I think his wife asks him, what are you doing? Marie asks him, what are you doing? And he goes, I don't understand it. This guy is everything we've heard about him. He's a vegan. He doesn't. He eats really healthy. He goes, why is there fried chicken here? And then it ends. I mean, the coolest ending, because the whole point of this is that the Hermanos Chicken, or Hermanos de Pollo or something, is the back, whereas the front for basically all of the meth that they're cooking. And the fact that Hank, at the very end of this episode, right when he was about to throw it all away, give it back to the DEA, he finds that one little piece. I don't know what's going to happen in the next episodes. I was looking, I couldn't find the preview for the next episode, but I am stoked for it. If you guys haven't watched Breaking Bad, I encourage you to. If it's on Ice Films again. It's not too far in. I think this is only the 4th season, and it's getting really good. And if you guys watched the first episode and didn't like it as much, I would say stick with it, because man, the 4th and 5th episodes really turn you on your heels and really get you to appreciate the series. And I'm really looking forward to the way that it turns out. They have me hooked already, and it hasn't even been that long. So there's my 5-episode kind of mid-season recap of Breaking Bad. This has been The Ace Charming. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Over and out.